Welcome to the Fort Mason Center, live for the first annual San Francisco Farting Contest. I'm Gene Hickman. With me tonight is five-time world champion farter Ben Tucker. Ben, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Gene. You know, I'm really excited about the competition tonight. We've got some farting pros that are ready to rip.
Yep, we've got five of the very best farters in San Francisco tonight vying for the coveted $500 grand prize. Tonight's contest is brought to you by Schlitz Brewing, the Rabelaisian Society, Marin Whole Foods, the San Francisco Chronicle, and K-Fog FM. Well, Ben, the sold-out crowd is waiting in the hall, ready to grab a seat to witness this extraordinary event. There's been quite a bit of controversy here in San Francisco surrounding this event.
Well, you know, Gene, every farting contest I've been involved in usually has some sort of controversy surrounding it. For instance, 2 years ago at the Fort Lauderdale contest, the queers and the clergy actually got together and ran us all out of town. So this is a very emotional issue for people. Right now, here in San Francisco, there are protesters outside the Fort Mason Center trying to shut the whole contest down. But the important thing is, we're here, the audience is excited, the contestants are ready to fart. It's the perfect setting for what I think will be one of the greatest events in San Francisco history. I'm ready to hear some quality farts tonight.
Well, there's Joya McPhearson. She's an aerobics instructor. There's G.R. Medina, high school champ out of Sausalito. Over his shoulder, that's Chris Vogel from Reno, Nevada.
Looks kind of nervous.
The legendary Starr, the Farting Philosopher.
That's a good friend of mine. Yeah. Hello, Joe.
Just showing up is current Grand National champion Roberti.
You know, Roberti is the favorite tonight, Gene. Although Starr is tough, he's a former national champ. Joya has really done a lot for women farters in this country. The two younger guys, Chris and GR, could really be the spoilers tonight.
We're ready to go to our host, Dr. Robert Salubrius.
Each farter has a 5-minute farting period to perform his farts for the judges and you, the audience. Each farter is judged in 5 categories, and points are given on a scale of 1 to 10 in each category. The 5 categories are control, number 1, duration, number 2, multiplicity of tone, number 3. Okay? The 4th is artistic presentation. And the 5th, I brought that up earlier, is stitch. Now that is measured on a negative scale of -1, -10. Okay? Now, and that, by the way, is rendered subjectively by our judges. Now, after the farting period, the judges will calculate their scores in each of the 5 categories. These scores from each judge are then totaled together to obtain the farting score. The highest possible score a farter may earn is 39. Bear that in mind. The farter will not be judged on the number of farts within the 5-minute farting period, but on the specific qualities of the farts performed. Judges will be taking into consideration all farts presented during the farting period. However, early or late exclamations outside the farting period cannot be considered. Understand? Farts that come prior or after the farting period don't count. And all decisions by the judges are final and binding.
What about that unofficial farting, Ben?
Well, you know, Gene, unofficial farting has become a trend, especially with the younger farters. Now, what happens is the competitors off stage are farting to intimidate and affect each other's 5-minute period. It's called plarging. I don't like it. I feel it's unethical. It certainly wasn't used while I was a competitive farter.
Randomly, we're going to draw out the names out of the hat and let them go. Okay? That's right. All right. By the way, the stage manager this evening, the man that's doing all the work, is busting his ass the last 2 months putting this thing together, Mr. Gordy Creech.
Ah, yes, Gordy Creech, the man behind the scenes.
You know, they call him the Don King of farting contests.
Thank you, Gordy. You've done a heck of a job. Oh, I forgot. I need to explain the rules on the stage. Okay? This, gentleman and lady, is the farting pole. Okay? And the farting rope. This is a fixed pole to the stage. You are given, once you get up here, we will let you have a few minutes to get adjusted, to get comfortable. We'll adjust the mics in any position you like. However, there are a couple rules to this. You must have one hand placed and one of your feet must be on the bottom of the platform. And the other hand grasps the rope like this. In other words, you'll be holding yourself like this, okay? And now if you want to get next to the microphone, you can position your butt like this. Or if you want to get down, I don't know how you want to do it. That's up to you, your personal proclivities, your mannerisms. That's your decision. When you get comfortable, when you feel ready, give me the signal and the 5-minute period will begin. Okay? Now, are there any questions for the contestants? No? All right. Gordy, I think we are ready to begin with our first contestant.
We're ready to go with the first annual San Francisco Farting Contest.
This is very exciting.
$500 riding on the line.
Mr. G.R. Medina, number 3.
G.R. Medina, a 17-year-old high school champ from Sausalito, California, grabs the leadoff position. He's 5'6", 145 tonight.
It's tough as a young farter like that to get up there in the leadoff position. But he is the high school champ, though.
You know the rules. 1 foot has to be on there. Grass rope like
Let's
that.
see what he can do.
That position you feel comfortable in? Okay, let me adjust this microphone here for you.
This is his first national championship.
Marty,
So
do you want to run a portable mic behind his
That's
butt
gotta be
here
tough.
to pick up
Oh,
any more
yeah.
ambience? Okay, great. All right, you feel comfortable?
pressure's on.
Judges, are you ready? And let's get your hands on the pole. Now remember, I must mention this. Excuse me, I must mention this. This is a very important requirement. If you, there are 2 things here that will disqualify you. If you break contact with the pole at any time, you are out within the 5-minute period. Also, if you shit in your pants, you are out of here, buddy.
What's happening? What's happening?
Oh, yeah. Very important rules.
Judges, and begin.
It's very tough up there in the leadoff position. He's young.
There's an inaudible.
Yeah, I think we had some passing of gas.
Not qualifying for a healthy fart in this contest.
He's very uncomfortable.
Some stomach taps.
He's very uncomfortable. You'll notice he'll do a stomach tap,
Just bend those knees a little bit.
trying to push that gas down through the bowels.
Little sidewinder.
I think he's got something in there. Oh,
He has a small frame, small column.
well, he's passing gas. The judges are noting it. Very limited technique.
Very one-dimensional.
Well, you know, when I was a young farter, to get up in the lead position was always tough. It creates bowel phobia. I think GR is experiencing that right now.
Known for his scatole and indole.
Well, that's from the pizza and beer combinations that this man employs.
Cauterizes in the stomach.
The judges are still noting those inaudibles, those starting to smell over here.
Slight stench rises up. Very stiff.
He's young and nervous. That will happen.
Yes, you can change feet. Go ahead.
Switches legs. He's going to try from the other side.
Not much in the way of artistic approach.
He looks very tight, Ben.
Well, you know, this is his first national champ. First national championship. I don't know. He looks very, very stiff up there. He feels the pressure of that leadoff position.
The stench has a very rancid feel to it.
Well, his diet does consist of sauerkraut, homemade brew, and pizza, so
There's a fermented quality.
there's going to be a scatole fermentation. Getting late.
Zero in artistic presentation, I'd say, Ben.
Very one-dimensional approach.
Maybe it works for him.
Well, that happens with the younger guys. I'll tell you.
Nothing audible from GR. That's all from him.
Well, he's young. We will be seeing him on the circuit. I think we'll see good things from him in the future.
That happens. Happened in last year's Portland contest. The final round, we had nobody able to fart. That does happen. The judges are going to tally their scores. Obviously, there's no farting, but they do give scores anyway.
Ben, what about that Portland Open?
Well, Gene, last year's Portland contest at the City of Roses Auditorium yielded no $500 winner. And the contest was filled with plarging, that intimidating technique I was talking about earlier. At the Portland contest, it was really used successfully as a concentration breaker. I mean, even our three-time national champ, our Roberti, who's with us tonight, couldn't win in Portland because of all that plarging. I just hope we don't see that sort of unsportsmanlike behavior here in San Francisco, Gene. I'd really like to hear these great competitors rip some pro-quality farts for us tonight.
Right.
Oh, we have 4 contestants to go.
Judges have rendered their score. And by the way, these scores will be read at the end of the 5 contestants' farting periods. And I didn't even mention the $500 grand prize tonight. This, by the way, is a donation from an eccentric millionaire up in Sonoma County. He donates $500 for all of our contests. Hey, let's give a hand to that guy. Contestant, please. Mr. Chris Vogel, number 3.
Chris Vogel, 24-year-old out of Reno, Nevada, 6'3", 152.
You know, he had a great showing in the Seattle contest.
This is his second national comp.
You know the rules?
Really, there is some controversy out at the door. A lot of problems down in the parking lot. We're getting words from our messengers.
I think this guy's ready to go. Judges ready? And begin.
Chris Vogel did not sign a farting competition film video release form, and therefore we cannot use his competition footage.
Well, remember in the 60s, anything went. It was wide open. Farting, sex, anything we took a look at. It was wide. I mean, we all farted in the 60s, right? Is that what it was about? Farting and loving and smoking dope, the whole deal. Well, we've gone back to that medieval repression. You know what I mean? We saw that in trying to put this play on. We saw the same thing that happened to us in Fort Lauderdale happen here. We couldn't get a place to perform. We tried all the public locations. We finally landed here at Fort Mason, and it took some real push and pull from people outside of our sphere to get us in here. At the Institute, when I joined the Institute 10 years ago, one of the very first things we did was to fart publicly. We stood on a stage in Washington, D.C., to a crowd of well over 300 people and farted. It wasn't a contest, it was an exhibition. We farted. You know, you fart long, loud, smelly, whatever. But it was a testimony to pure farting, to just free expression. Mr. Albert Starr.
Ah, yes, the legendary Al Starr, Farting Philosopher. He's 47 years old out of New York City, 5'9", 153.
You know, Al is the former national champ. He's a great performer. I used to fart against him competitively about 4 years ago. We became great friends. He's just a super
I want
performer.
to say this, folks. I have to reiterate this. This is not easy. You're going to find out here in just a minute. All right. Judges ready?
He has a very fixed approach,
Al, you
very
ready to go?
static.
Very traditional.
And Mr. McHugh, begin.
And inaudible.
Passing gas.
Not good enough.
I don't know where Dr. Salubrius did his research about the Greek philosophers. I was a philosophy major in college. The only thing close to this is that I remember that Pythagoras was against eating beans. Maybe there's too much of a good thing. Here's a good thing for you.
More inaudibles.
You cannot use your mouth, remember.
Ooh, it's really starting to smell up here. Wow.
Ooh, pungent scatol.
Yeah.
He is known for his very stenchy blasts.
Pythagoras thought this was the only reality. I would have suspected Anaximenes to say that. He said air was the prime reality. Everything else is really air that just appears to be something else. There were three pre-Socratics whose names started out Anax as something. There was Anaximander, Anaximenes, and Anaxagoras. Maybe you confused them.
No, sir, I have not.
Into a winger and a Pullman, a quick Pullman there. Old school farter. Shaking it loose.
Well, he's been on the circuit for years. Surprised we haven't heard
They're
it.
coming out and not making any noise.
That's not a fart. That's passing gas.
Yes, it's
Passing gas.
Remember,
Yeah.
a fart. Remember the rule. Keep going. I'll talk to him for a second. A fart is a voluntary manipulation of a spontaneous event. Right? And it is audible.
Wow, the stench is strangulating in here.
You're right.
Ooh, they've got to mark some points
That's
off of
from
that.
the Institute, friend.
That must come from the wheat bulgur and Napa cabbage.
Remember, we're looking for healthy blasts.
Nothing audible from Al so far. I think he's talking a bit too much.
He seems to be coming up with... Well, he's a very colorful performer.
Sure, that's what we like about him. The audience likes it. The judges like it. He looks a little distracted tonight, though.
There's another Pullman.
You know, Al used to tell me years ago how he loves not only the smell of his own farts, but of his competitors' farts as well. He's famous for his symposiums on farting and existentialism.
He's known as a pataphysician. What is that, Ben?
Well, that's the science of imaginary solutions, which Al is showing us. He's one of them tonight. Getting late in the period. He's very distracted.
Farting would be his best solution at this point.
So far, no $500 for Al. Very distracted. Doesn't seem to have the savvy he once had a few years back.
Perhaps he's over the hill.
Well, he could be.
His colon might be all clogged up.
That happens when you get past the age of 40.
You can see where it builds up through his midriff.
He looks very uncomfortable.
A lot of fat.
You can see the disappointment and the discouragement right there. Yeah. That's not the Al I know from a few years ago, Gene.
Appears defeated.
It's getting late in the 5-minute period. He's back to some wingers and Pullmans. Trying to shake it loose.
Based on his based on his stench points, he's gonna owe us the money.
Yeah.
Wow. That is rancid.
Nothing audible so far. Al looks defeated. I think he's thrown in the towel.
Shaking his head, looks at his watch. It's a sure sign of
Yeah, he's distracted way
incompleteness.
too much.
Very distracted, very diffused. Very diffused performer right now.
It's tough to see a former national champ
Tries to shake it
come
down.
to this.
Yeah, it's all over. It's all over for Al.
Well, we're down to 2 contestants now.
Now, we chose at our audition 5 people. Unfortunately, 3 of them can't be here this evening. Raj Air his mother died last week, so he's back. I don't know where he's at. He's not here this evening. Lou Stacer, the champion that we had up in Seattle. You know, get this, he was disqualified after the audition. Okay? He was outstanding. You guys remember Lou. He was amazing. He had duration and control like you can't believe. 10 seconds, 12-second farts. What we found, though, I had a phone call the next day from some anonymous tip saying, hey, Lou cheated. Lou had a device. And I said to myself, wait a minute, can that be? How in the heck did somebody have a device? Well, he did. He had a CO2 cartridge with a little thing in his pocket that he stuck up his butthole and was cheating.
What were they thinking
Well,
next, man?
anything for $500, I guess.
I know Lou. He's a good friend of mine.
I mean, the levels of integrity don't know bounds, I must
Who's it gonna be?
Number 334, Joya McPhearson.
Joya
There she
McPhearson,
is.
aerobics instructor. Decision data in Fremont, California. She's 26 years old, 5'8", 120. Looks great
Oh
tonight.
man, she looks tremendous. She's certainly gonna sway those male judges tonight.
Now you know the rules.
Wow.
You've seen your competition. It may only take one to win tonight. Remember, your foot has to be in contact there. There you
Her
go.
favorite position is the
All right.
forward leg
Now,
thrust.
judges,
Right, she uses that very
We set?
effectively.
Oh, she's moving right into it. That's a big power
are you
move.
ready? And let's begin.
Right into that single forward leg thrust.
She doesn't fool around. She goes right to it.
What a performer.
Oh yeah. That sure is a humdinger. That's wow, Gene.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
This woman has really paved the way.
Ooh, into a teaser. Nice teaser. Good form. Good artistic control. No farts. Switches legs.
Her artistic performance is just flawless tonight.
Gonna try from the left side.
You can see the intensity that she puts in the performance. She's just tremendous with those teasers.
Tries a
Oh, you
kiddie
look
pull.
great.
I think we had a plarge. Yes, we did.
Was that a plarge?
We had a plarge from the competitor's ring. I think it was Chris Vogel throwing her off, but not for too long because this woman is a fierce competitor. She's right back into it.
Intense concentration.
Oh, yes.
Lean cuisine, decent bread, kiwi fruit, her diet.
Her diet's excellent. It should be able to blast a nice audible for us tonight.
She's got a real thin frame. The gas can move freely through her buttocks.
Well, with all the aerobics training, it's a very great combination for a
Stretches out the colon.
healthy diet.
Back into a teaser.
Yes.
Time magazine does call her the erotic farter.
Well, she's really opened up the door for all the women farters in this country. Look at that artistic approach. It's just flawless. I'd really love to hear this woman blast a $500 winner. She's relaxing, gearing up for her next approach. Trying to find it, trying to feel the gas. There she goes.
Slides into a teaser.
Tries.
Ooh,
I think we
okay.
had
Lot of
there was an
promise.
inaudible there. I think she passed some gas. Of course, her gas smells like spring flowers, I can imagine.
Ooh, into a Joya. A
Joya
Joy Spring.
That's her trademark move. Yes, that
we
is.
should get something from her now.
Joy Spring. She usually rips something. What an ass. But it's beautiful.
Ben.
Gene, that is just gorgeous. Oh, look at that. That form.
Beautiful. Such intensity.
Oh, I'd love to do some training with this woman. Oh, another plarge. It threw her off.
That's got to throw her off.
She's visibly
crumbling. She is
visibly
crumbling.
crumbled by that. That really had to affect her. It's late in her period. Late in
It's
the
a
5-minute period.
very
She's staying
weak-
with it though. Look at this woman go. She's really
Tremendous.
staying with it through 2 plarges.
Tremendous performer.
Ah,
Nothing from Joya.
poor woman. Two plarges, throwing her off tonight.
Visibly upset. We're down to our current Grand National champion, R. Roberti, the technician, coming in at 6'3", 223.
He is the favorite tonight. The audience really wants to hear one from him.
Okay, one hand has to be on the
Very confident performance. Oh, a plarge before he even got up there. They plarged on him before he had his 5-minute period, Gene.
They know who they're up against.
Well, he's going to get that. He's the favorite.
All right. You ready? Judges, you're in position.
A lot of pressure.
And begin.
You gotta let it come natural. You don't have to force things. Let it
going for his 15-second duration blasts.
Well, you'll notice he has a tremendous supply of scatol and indole. He holds up to 4.5 quarts of gas in his bowels. That is just a remarkable amount. What he does here is he tries to shake it loose with some bowel stretches, some leg squats, trying to work the gas down.
Unravel the colon.
There's a leg squat, bowel stretch, working it through.
He appears very confident.
Well, he is. He's a strong performer. He's not going to rip anything until he feels that gas move down and move into the chamber, and then a rip.
Into a Belgian.
He likes the Belgian technique. It's one of his stronger ones. He doesn't have anything so far, so he'll go into a wiggle hop.
God, the pressure's tense.
Doing a wiggle hop, trying to force the gas down, move it through the bowels.
Apparently that colorectal operation did help him. Shortened his colon from about 3 inches, I believe.
Yeah, it gave him a better compression. There's a Belgian. Oh, a plarge! Another plarge against our Roberti up on the stage. That visibly upset him, threw him off a bit. But he's tough. He's going to stay with it.
Into a Belgian.
Up, he's into some prelim exercises. Back to some prelims to move the gas down.
What a confident performer.
Well, he's going to stay with the prelim right now to move it down, try to work it up again. Here he is into a Belgian. Oh, back to a prelim. I guess he doesn't feel anything so far. He's still trying to work it down in a prelim exercise move.
This seems very unusual for our Roberti.
Well, the plarge might have gotten to him, Gene. I think it did. If he's doing a prelim this late in the period.
Into a deep Belgian.
Very nice Belgian. Very nice. I think he's got something for us. Here it comes. Oh, another plarge!
I don't believe
Gene,
it.
another plarge!
I don't believe it.
From the contestant's ring.
That's gotta blow his
That
concentration.
really threw him off. You can tell he doesn't have it.
I have not seen this in my years.
Roberti, the champ, has been thrown off. He's lost his confidence. He's still trying to stay with it, though. It threw him off. You can tell right there he's not staying with it. Roberti, the champ, getting late in his 5-minute farting period. Up, he burped. Gas is going the wrong way.
I think he's through.
Yeah, I think it's all over for Roberti. I don't think we're going to hear anything from him. And
that's it. It's all over. It is all over.
Well, they gave it their best, Gene.
The $500 does go unclaimed here in San Francisco.
These are great performers, great competitors. There's a lot of tension up there.
A lot of plarging.
A lot of plarging. Beautiful performers as they come off the stage. Wonderful efforts.
We've reached the end of the first annual San Francisco Farting Contest. I want to thank the Revolution Society for judging this evening.
Well, we're going to see all those great performers, I believe, this summer in Boulder.
Yes, we're moving on to Boulder.
We're in Whole Foods, Schlitz Brewing for providing our numbers tonight. And I want to thank you people for coming down.
Well, that's it for tonight, folks. The $500 does go unclaimed. No winners here in San Francisco. What happened, Ben?
Well, Gene, I think some of our competitors were young. There was a lot of bowel phobia up on the stage. We had a lot of competition. The plarging intimidation really threw everybody off. Plus the controversy with the Fort Mason people and the protesters outside the building. With all that pressure, it is damn tough to get up on stage and have an audible fart.
Well, it's on to the Coors Summer Classic in Boulder, Colorado. For Ben Tucker, this is Gene Hickman saying good night, everybody. We've been live from the Fort Mason Center in San Francisco, California for the first annual San Francisco Farting Contest.
Good night.